I'm taking it in the ass every time I go near the Yankees, whether I pick them to win against the Red Sox or whether I pick the total. I had the over. That didn't happen on Saturday. Fuck them. I'm done with it. And I guess David Cohn was right. The Red Sox are going to turn their season around. I'm sure they'll sweep them tonight and finish them off. They got Sonny Gray going, and that'll be 4 straight over the weekend in Boston. What a fucking meltdown by the Yankees. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. I want to start with this. The World Cup has the 32, right? So now we know who's playing who and when they're playing and everything else. So we're going to find out in short order starting this week who's playing and who's going to make it. You lose, you're done, right? So that's the deal there. So here's the matchups. I'm just going to go through them really quick. Germany is taking on Paraguay, and Germany will win that game. France and Sweden. I like France, obviously. South Africa and Canada. Canada's played really well, and South Africa squeaked in. I don't know who's going to win that game. I really don't. Netherlands and Morocco. That's a great matchup, but I would think Netherlands. That would be my guess. I like betting on Morocco. They cashed a ticket for us, though. And Portugal is going to meet Croatia. So Modric against Ronaldo. But Modric's toast. He's washed. And people saying that Ronaldo is finished, they're tripping. The bottom line is, I watched that game yesterday between Colombia and Portugal, and they put a triangle around Ronaldo. Every time they had a chance to get him the ball, he just gets swarmed. I mean, they defend him the whole game. They don't let him even sniff it. He barely touched the ball the entire game. He had maybe one really good chance, and he was offsides on it. So it's hard to get him the rock when teams are really good. If they're playing a team that's badass, they're not going to let him beat them. So I thought Colombia, that was a 0-0 draw. It was a great game. There was like 35 shots on goal. It was insane, that game. I've never seen a game 0-0 that exciting in my life. They played in Miami. The place was packed with celebrities and everybody else, including this Infantino, whatever his name is, the president of the FIFA. I don't care about all this shit. I just like watching soccer games. I don't have a problem with it. I like exciting games that are like that game. I'm okay with 0-0 if it's exciting, and they had every chance in the world, both teams, to score in that game and didn't. The goalies were both terrific. And that's just all there is to it. All right, so let's look at the rest of these. Spain and Austria. I like Spain. USA and Bosnia. Look, I think that when I watched the Colombians and the Portuguese play, I thought to myself, here's a team from Europe that would kick our ass, and here's a team from South America that would kick our ass. That's all there is to it. And I'm telling you, look, I've seen, if the USA wins, they play Belgium, right? That's who they would play, because Belgium's playing Senegal. I'll tell you what, Senegal might upset them because Belgium hasn't played well in this World Cup. They made it through, but I don't think they've kicked anyone's ass or anything like that. But I don't see it. I really don't. They're not beating these great European teams. Brazil's taking on Japan. On the other side of the draw, Ivory Coast is taking on Norway. I think Norway will win that game. They're not stopping Holland. Great story, though, that Ivory Coast made it. Mexico and Ecuador. The game's in Mexico City, I believe, at Azteca, and they're not losing there. They'll beat Ecuador. England and Congo. How about Congo making it? They'll lose to England. Argentina and Cape Verde makes it. That the smallest nation to ever make it, and now they're going to lose to Argentina. Messi scored again. We'll get into that later. And then the other remaining ones are Australia and Egypt. Salah's on that Egyptian team. I think they have a shot. Switzerland and Algeria. I like Switzerland. And Colombia, Ghana. I like Colombia. I think that Colombian team is badass. So there's the 32. And the games start, I think, Tuesday. I could be wrong. I know the USA plays Bosnia on Wednesday. So it's do or die time now. Sink or swim. Win or go home. That's when it gets exciting, right? The group, you can lose. They lost to Turkey and they won the group. And, teams got in yesterday. So the last day, there were teams that made it into the 32 by, like, Iran got knocked out with a tie. So there was all kinds of action. I'll get to the scores later, but that's the 32 now. And knockout time, baby. That's all I know. Am I crazy? All right, so I want to get into this other thing. The Ruck twins. The Penguins actually did it. They drafted on the second day, which they had the rounds 2 through 7. And the only thing that matters is that they're saying that these Ruck twins, they selected Liam in the first round, and in the second round with the first pick, they took Marcus, his twin brother. They're mirror brothers. Okay, so what that means is they're dead twins. Like they look exactly alike, but they're complete opposites in terms of everything. One shoots right, the other one shoots left. Marcus shoots left. Liam shoots right. When Liam lost his first tooth, it was on the right side. When Marcus lost his first tooth, it was on the left side. So everything's the mirror opposite of the other twin. But the reality of these two is that they say they're the best twins since the Sedin twins were drafted in the NHL. And they're going to be on the same team, the Penguins, my team. Now, here's what's crazy about it. People are saying, like scouts and real NHL insiders and people that follow the sport, that cover the sport, that broadcast the sport, that call games, analysts and the like. Here's the deal. They're all saying that these two are so fucking good together. They are so awesome. Tic-tac-toe, these two, they play in sync with one another like nobody's business. When they played at Medicine Hat, they were on the same team. Liam had 68 games, 45 goals, 59 assists, 104 points. And Marcus, in the same amount of games, had 21 goals and 87 assists. 87 fucking assists. So Marcus is the playmaker and Liam is the scorer. One guy had 87 assists, the other guy had 45 goals. Liam 45 goals, Marcus the 87 assists. People are saying that, and I've heard this on Saturday, that the Penguins stole the draft and that they got a pair of players that are going to bring them another Stanley Cup. That's how good these two are. And I will jerk off if they win another Stanley Cup with these two twins playing on the same team, on the same line in Pittsburgh. Because I've already got 5 Stanley Cups. I got one over my shoulder right there. There's nothing like winning the Stanley Cup. And I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think they're as exciting as anything in sport. And, I mean, I love the Stanley Cup as much as I like the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, the college football, NCAA Final Four and championship, and the Natty in college football. You name it, the World Series, all that stuff. This is the Stanley Cup. Are you kidding? You win those. There's nothing like it. These players, it's the hardest trophy to win in sports, winning those 16 games. I'll tell you that much. I know it for a fact. And I've seen it 5 times. Now they've done it again. Remember, in 86, they got Lemieux. Then they went and got Crosby, and they both won cups. Lemieux won 2, Crosby won 3, and now they've got these 2 players that literally Holy shit, 104 and 106 points in the W. That's no joke. The Western Hockey Association is a violent league, and it's grown man shit. It's no joke. And to put up those kind of numbers, you got to be special. They're going to be on the same fucking line, on the same fucking team in the NHL like the Sedins were for all their years in the league. They have a shot to do something enormous with the Penguins. And I know Crosby's 37, whatever. He's still top 5 player in the league. And I know it's not going to last, but he is still one of the greatest players in the NHL. He still brings it every night. And he's just a phenomenal athlete and player. And time will catch up with everyone. He'll eventually retire. I doubt they're going to win the Stanley Cup anytime soon with the Ruck twins. It's going to take a while. But I could see this happening in the next 6 years. I really could. Like, I know that sounds crazy to fans, but look, that's what happens when you draft. It's down the road. Lemieux was drafted in 86. He won his first cup in 91. So Crosby's got 3 cups. These guys could win a cup together in 5 or 6 years. It's going to take time to, go to the next level and play at the highest level. The W and the NHL are 2 different worlds, and they're not going to have 106 and 104 points in the NHL. If they do have 106 and 104 points in the NHL together on the same line, the Penguins will win the Stanley Cup in 3 years. Okay? That'll be that. I mean, there's no way I believe they're going to have those kind of numbers in the NHL. But if they did, honestly, I'll die happy because big things are going to happen. I can tell you that. I want to at least play this for you. They actually got a call from Crosby, rather, after they got drafted by the Penguins. Let's see if I can get this going.
Yeah, this is unreal. Yeah, couldn't be more excited.
That's great. Yeah, your family must be happy. You guys going to come to development camp tomorrow then?
Yeah, we'll be down there tomorrow, and yeah, our family's pumped.
So excited.
Mom's pretty emotional.
Okay, that's great. No, I just wanted to call and say hi and welcome, and I'll see you at main camp.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. That's awesome.
It's crazy.
How crazy is that? Can you imagine getting a call from Sidney Crosby, who's won everything, 3 Stanley Cups, an Olympic gold medal, and he calls these 2 kids after they get drafted together by the Penguins organization? That is crazy. All right, let's... I get excited whenever I see my team do anything like that. That's going to be really cool if you're a Penguin fan living in Pittsburgh to watch this turn into something, because that's exactly what it's going to do. Barring injury, these 2 are going to blow the fuck up. Know that. All right, here's what happened. Let's first get these World Cup scores. Croatia beat Ghana 2-1. England 2-0 over Panama. Harry Kane with the header. They love Harry Kane. Colombia and Portugal, I told you, 0-0. Congo, Congo, the 3-1 win over Uzbekistan. They were down 1-0, and then they pounced on them in the second half. Argentina 3-1 over Jordan. Messi scored on a free kick. I'll play it for you. Algeria and Austria tied 3-3. At the Travelers, the Norwegian fans are going crazy because Victor Hovland is the leader by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler heading into Sunday's final round in Cromwell at the TPC River Highlands. And it's just a great tournament. These 2 are going at each other. There's a bunch of Wolves, like 5 shots back, that are in it. The Red Sox are kicking the Yankees' ass all weekend. It's unbelievable to me. Now, Cohn was right. This is a turnaround series for their season. David Cohn said that, and I was like, who the fuck are you kidding? They have the 2nd worst record in baseball. Now, all of a sudden, the Red Sox are on fire, and they're going to sweep the Yankees. You can just smell it. Sunday Night Baseball, they're playing them tonight. And I still don't believe that they're going to the playoffs. and I still don't believe they're winning anything. They're not winning the East, and I say they don't make it to the playoffs. Let's see what happens. They have played like shit all year, and then this weekend they play like they're World Series champs. Jake Bennett with the strong start. He holds the Yankees to 1 run in 6 1/3. Jake, who the fuck, Bennett? You got to be kidding me. We had Detroit up 6-4, and they lose 8-6 to Houston. They rallied. Parides a 2-run double in the 8th inning, and the Tigers blew it for us. Texas 7-4 over Toronto. Bob Seager with a solo home run. Cincinnati beat the Pirates. We won that on a ticket with Burns on the bump. Eugenio Suarez hit a 3-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th inning that won it for the Reds. White Sox 2-1 over the Royals. Jacob Gonzalez hit a 1-out RBI single in the 9th inning to give the White Sox the win on the South Side. Mets 6-2 over the Phillies. Triples by Lindor and Soto lead the Mets to the win over the Phillies at Citi Field. Tampa 4-2 over Arizona. Caminero and Aranda each homer to lead the Rays to the win. They're kicking ass and taking names right now. Washington 4-3 over Baltimore in 10 at Camden. Dalen Lyles RBI single in the 10th, the difference for the Natties. Cleveland 4-3 over Seattle. Cooper Ingles, first major league hit, drives in 2 runs. And the Guards win it at home. Cubs 8-2 all over the Brewers in Milwaukee. Ian Happ's 3-run homer sparks the Cubs. Colorado 8-5 over Minnesota. Hunter Goodman, not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs on the day for the Rockies. Miami's the hottest team in baseball. 5-1, they beat the Cardinals. Stowers drives in 2. How about this team, the Marlins? They're assured of a winning series from St. Louis for the first time since 2016. They've been winning left and right. Honestly, they have the best record in June in baseball. I know that. Dodgers 15-3 over San Diego. Mookie Betts a 3-run homer, a 9-run 6th inning for the Dodgers at Petco in San Diego. San Francisco 5-0 over the Braves. Devers homers twice. He's gotten hot since he refused to come out of the game last week. Angels cashed a ticket for us, 5-2 over the A's. Guzman hit a tie-breaking single with 2 outs in the 7th, and the Angels get it done at home. Here's what's happening on a Sunday. Only one World Cup game. They're getting this thing in for whatever reason. South Africa and Canada. Actually, this is the start of, I think, the round of 32. South Africa and Canada. There you go. So win or go home at SoFi in Inglewood at 3 o'clock. So this is huge, unless I'm tripping. You got the golf and baseball. 1:35 Washington at Baltimore. Chuck Liddell against Bradish. 1:35 Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Lounge Singer against Helen Keller. 1:37 Texas at Toronto. John Rocker and Justin Bieber. 1:40 Cleveland is hosting Seattle. Hancock and Williams. Bernie Williams. 1:40 Houston at Detroit. Charlie Brown and John Flaherty. My guy Flash. 1:40 Philly at the Mets. Luzardo and Perez. Pat Perez, the golfer who his wife at the time, Phil Mickelson showed his erect cock to her when Pat went to the bathroom at his Mickelson's villa. And it turns out that story just keeps having legs and getting worse and worse for Mickelson. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So anyway, Kansas City and the White Sox at 2:10. Bob Avila against Michael Kay. Arizona and Tampa's Kelly and Rasmussen. 2:10 Cubs and Brewers. Dwayne Rollison, and Woodruff. 2:10 Colorado and Minnesota. Feltner up and Prelip. I got some Prelip. 2:15 Miami at St. Louis. Phillips 66 and Frank Leahy. 3:15 A's and Angels. Savali and Aldeguerri. I don't even fucking know what his name is. 4:05 Atlanta and San Francisco. Chris Sale and Robbie Ray. 4:10 Dodgers and Padres. Sheehan and King. He who would be king. And 7:20 on NBC, Sunday Night Baseball at Fenway. We can watch the Yankees lose to the Red Sox again. Rodon against Sonny Gray. All right. So anyway, the Phil Mickelson story, it keeps having legs. He's been kicked out of multiple golf clubs. He got kicked out of one at Rancho Santa Fe, California, where he lives. He got kicked out of another one, I think called the Mirage, that he was a member at, where he had a condo at the golf club, and he used to bang his little girlfriend. He allegedly had a girlfriend that he snuck in there, and he would pay kids on the golf course, like the ball boys, the club cleaners, the guys, the caddies and whatever. He would pay him $500 to allegedly to carry his phone around all day, so his wife Ashley thought that he was golfing all the time. Meanwhile, he was up in his condo banging his girlfriend, allegedly. They said he would, obviously everyone knew he had a massive gambling problem, and he bet millions on everything. He had a gambling fallout from friends like Billy Walters, who's a legendary bettor in Vegas that is a member of one of those golf clubs, and he owed him a ton of money, or apparently they made a huge bet with millions or whatever, and then Mickelson didn't hold up his end of the deal, whatever, and the feds busted Walters, not Mickelson, and Mickelson wouldn't testify for Walters, so they're enemies to this day. They hate each other's guts. A couple times bettors got in trouble with Mickelson, and the bettors were the ones that got arrested, and Mickelson got off. And nothing ever happened to Mickelson because he was famous. Everybody loved Lefty, right? Meanwhile, he was a dirty motherfucker and having all kinds of problems with betting, and big betting. I'm talking millions. And then, they said he had allegedly a massive drinking problem, that he gets hammered on red wine. He likes to pound red wine, which gets you fucked up. And then the more he drinks, the more he becomes belligerent, allegedly. And he'd fucking start talking filthy to women at these golf clubs. He just got kicked out of a golf club 2 weeks ago. And, that's why he didn't play in the U.S. Open. He didn't play in the Masters. He said he didn't play in the Masters because his kid was sick. Didn't play in the U.S. Open because he had this controversy with saying that he got kicked out of this club for talking about banging this chick at this golf club, like openly talking about it in like the 19th hole, like in the bar at the club. He was drunk and allegedly saying what he wanted to do to her, like, sexually. And they kicked him out of that club as well. He's been kicked out of 3 clubs now for behavior, just being a fucking freak and a drunk, and talking about, explicit, like pornographic sex with women that aren't his wife. His wife has stood by him all this time. She had breast cancer and everything else. And meanwhile, this guy's just out fucking broads, drinking like a fish, like an English sailor, and fucking having gambling problems. Now what I'm hearing is he's out of the Open Championship across the pond. That's coming up in July here. He's out of that. He's not playing in that. And what I'm hearing is that he's not going to play pro golf anymore at all. Once Liv goes away, he's finished. And if Liv somehow survives, that's all he's going to do is play Liv, because the PGA has already told him to fuck off. And that includes the Champions Tour, the Old Man Tour. They're not going to let him play on that either. They're not going to let him play on the PGA anything, ever, again. Kaput, done, finished, toast. Because they've already gone down this road. They'll let Tiger Woods do anything. Porn, Percocets, drugs, DUIs, fucking, he can do whatever he wants. But Phil Mickelson, they're going to make an example out of him. He's never playing PGA anything anymore ever again. Know that. Okay, that's a done deal. So, I have the story on it right here. Where is it? All right, this is it. So, I've already told you the whole story, but the 6-time major champ is withdrawn from the Open, and it's the lefty's first time missing the event in 17 years. It comes 2 weeks after the report about his misconduct. And now this story by Scratch that came out this weekend has buried him. He's ruined. He's absolutely ruined. Here's Hunter Goodman with his third home run of the day.
Splattered to left. You can't keep a good man down. If that ball had an ego, it was crushed. Third home run of the day for Hunter Goodman. He is awesome.
Okay, yeah, he's on fire yesterday. Here's Mookie Betts getting involved in the...
Driven in the air to left center field. Taylor on the run. He'll turn and watch this one go. Mookie Betts with a 3-run home run. Then the Dodgers with an explosion in San Diego.
Yeah, they had that 9-run inning, and they kicked the Padres' ass. By the way, John Daly shot a 63 yesterday. The two-time major champ got it done at the Dick's Open golf tournament. I think that's on the it's on the Champions Tour, the old guy tour. He's allowed to party and drink and fucking do whatever he wants because he's fucking hilarious and people love him and he could do nothing wrong and he shoots a 63, that fat ass. That is fucking incredible. Meanwhile, Phil Mickelson's not allowed to play on that tour. Lionel Messi, the first player to score 7 straight men's World Cup matches. He's number 1 now all time. Here's his goal on a free kick.
What can Messi do this time? Hits it low! Hits it in! It's Messi! It's magical! It's another record! He's scored in 7 successive World Cup Finals games! Is there nothing this magical man can't do?
There's nothing he can't do. He does it all. That's all there is to it. Here's Junior Caminero. 6 home runs in his last 5 games.
In those 36 games.
High shot back into deep left. Kepler's going to go to the corner, and that ball is gone. Home run, Caminero.
Is there anything worse? They play the hockey horn at the baseball game. That's pathetic. It really is. Canelo Alvarez's fight. He's got this title fight or something coming up. And against Mabili, it's been pushed to late October and nobody cares. Boots Ennis won his 2nd world title on Saturday. 2-division champ now, 2 belts now, and the same 36-0 record at the age of 29 that Mayweather was at. Of course, Mayweather finished 50-0, and now he's broke. The Hurricanes acquire the rights to John Carlson, the great defenseman, in a trade with the Ducks. That guy still produces. He had a 70-point season. Seth Jarvis of the champion Canes, surgery on his shoulder. He's out 4 to 6 months. There you go. That's everything. Make sure you keep an eye open for the Profits Max plays in the community and my videos for the Elite and Profit play picks for Sunday. God damn, can we hit some fucking bets? Holy shit.